Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and officially welcome back to Starladder Season 7, Day 27. We've got 5 matches coming up for you today on Dota Radio, and we're just going to start off with a good one. Alliance versus Ahead.kz, aka Next.kz. We know them quite well. Oh, it's going to be a good one to start things off. I believe we have 2 matches coming up with Alliance today. Let's actually take a look at our little ladder here and see how everything's going. Right now, Alliance, they are in 3rd place. Again, they have the least matches played of any other team. They are currently 8-2, ranked 3 right now, that top 4, all that good stuff we've come to talk about. So, obviously, a big game for Alliance. They do need to win this one. Ahead.kz right now, 7-5, so they're kind of middle of the pack, doing pretty well for themselves. It'll be exciting to see how they fare against the Swedish champions. I will be solo for the beginning portion of the cast today. Going to do the same kind of pattern. I'll cast the first 2 or 3 solo, and then I believe Hippie will be joining me later on this afternoon. I also do want to point out, folks, I've gotten some emails from people reaching out about casting, helping out, all sorts of stuff. I have gone through, and I've responded to all of the emails that I've gotten. So just a fair disclaimer, if you have dropped me a line at Zyori@Zyori.tv, my public email, and you didn't get a response by at least an hour ago, I didn't get your message, or I accidentally deleted it. I did actually clear out my inbox as well. I finally made that shift of telling Twitch not to send me an email every time someone follows me, so I got to dump half my inbox today. So just a fair disclaimer, if you're one of those folks, you might want to drop me another line if you didn't get a response. So let's go ahead and take a look at this game here, and obviously the bans are complete, the first set of bans at least. Alliance going to take out OD as well as the mighty Treant Protector. Alright, very interesting. Ahead.kz going to ban out the Naga and the Wisp. Now, of course, that means first pick Batrider is among us, folks. Ahead.kz going to be able to first grab that Batrider. Alliance going to take the scary mobile Wombo combo of Nature's Prophet and Lifestealer, a combo that truly needs no introduction. We've seen it many a time, folks, and I mean, Lifestealer, he pairs with anyone with that huge mobility, and Nature's Prophet, he's got that, of course, with that that global teleport there. So pretty standard picks as well. I mean, 2 very, very powerful heroes. Ahead.kz, they're going to go ahead and grab Chen here as their second pick, and again, can't be too surprised, especially against Alliance. Ake loves that Chen. As usual here, we'll probably see an Enchantress ban come out from Ahead.kz with their 4th ban. They did go ahead and 3rd ban out the Queen of Pain, but we'll see what they want to do there. Not surprised to see him grab the Chen. Now, there's always that little bit of issue there that I want to think about with Chen and Batrider in the jungle, but those 2 are actually pretty well suited to share that jungle. Depending on how they want to lane this, of course. Batrider could always go mid, but it seems most commonly we've seen Batrider in the jungle because it's sure farm. It kind of makes a lot of sense. He can get denied at mid. He's a little more susceptible to ganks. If he gets tucked away in that jungle, he's a little safer, and he farms damn fast. Batrider, one of the fastest jungle farmers we've seen. I was actually watching Cinderin stream this morning. He's doing the A through Z challenge, and he was playing Batrider. He played a couple Batrider games, so that was just on the forefront of my mind here. The 2 bands coming out from Alliance here for their 3rd and 4th bands will be Alchemist, followed by the Gyrocopter, so 2 very powerful carry-esque heroes. They're interesting to see the Alchemist band out. He's one that we talked about yesterday, hasn't been getting a lot of love recently, and when he has been getting love, it's been more that support kind of Alchemist. Another one of those that just burns my soul a little bit there. But we're curious to see what Ahead.kz does with that Batrider. Again, with Batrider and Chen, they can share the jungle pretty well. Batrider really just needs that one hard camp near the tier 2 tower in the mid, and then the easy camp right next to it, and he can get away with just stacking and pulling those bad daddies with that sticky napalm, the firefly. Oh, it's dirty. It's dirty work indeed. Alliance now going to be able to grab Rubik as their 3rd pick. Ahead.kz instantly going to grab their offlaner. They will grab the Dark Seer. What's that rule of thumb, folks? You can never go wrong with a Dark Seer. You can't go wrong with banning him or picking him for sure. So they're going to have Chen, Dark Seer, and Batrider, a pretty well-rounded lineup here. And again, probably going to be sacking that off lane if they are going to Batrider jungle, because Chen will be in the jungle as well. So this is kind of actually a little bit of a weird draft for Ahead.kz coming out here. This could be a Dark Seer mid game, and we have seen that a time or 2 for sure. Trying to think how they may want to lane this. We're going to want to grab a carry for sure. I think it may be a Dark Seer mid, actually, which could be interesting indeed. So we'll see what Alliance does with their 4th pick here. They are actually going to break into their bonus time as they deliberate. They did 3rd pick Rubik to go with their Lifestealer and their Nature's Prophet. They could be gearing up for a bit of that killer tri-lane with the Lifestealer. We have seen that pair nicely with Rubik. Of course, he sets up with the Telekinesis. Leshrac, a Lina, a Jakiro, something like that fit in quite nicely with that skill shot follow-up stun. And we'll see what they want to do. I'm curious to see who S4 plays this game as well. Puck and Queen of Pain have been banned out by Ahead.kz, so we'll see what they want to do. And oh, interesting choice, a Weaver. Now, Looking at the Alliance lanes here, obviously not going to be a tri-lane with Weaver, because they've got the Lifestealer. If they're going to tri-lane, definitely going to be with that Lifestealer. Nature's Prophet usually going to be the off-laner, though Weaver can play that off-laner. We've even seen Weaver mid a couple of times, and I really doubt that's going to be a mid-Weaver. Per the usual Alliance drafting strategy, they almost always save that last pick for S4's hero, and I'd be surprised to see that Weaver head mid. So we'll see what they want to do. Yeah, someone says in chat, a pretty greedy draft indeed. Weaver, Lifestealer, and Nature's Prophet all going to need a lot of farm. They may actually just do a hard jungling Nature's Prophet here and off-lane that Weaver, or they could put Nature's Prophet. I don't know how they're going to lane this. I'd be very curious to see what Alliance ends up doing with that last pick, because really both sides, they have really strong teams in terms of their individual hero skill, but that team cohesion is kind of strange, and we saw that yesterday in our last match of, was it Na'Vi versus Rock's Kiss? That last Na'Vi match we saw, I'm spacing on exactly who it was. Actually, you know what, we can pull it up here while we're waiting. Na'Vi versus Ubels, I'm sorry, pardon me. And we saw that game where Ubels had that crazy good draft in terms of team fight potential, pull it up right here, but unfortunately, they never really got to do it because their lanes were just so bad. They didn't have that laning phase. So even if you have a great team fight team, you have individually strong heroes, you got to make it through the laning phase. That's your first checkpoint to having a successful matchup, and unfortunately, Ubels weren't able to do it. So Nyx Assassin going to be the next pick from Ahead.kz, so even more interesting stuff here. So let's think about this for a second. Let's pause, let's stop. How are they going to lane this? We did actually see a Nyx Assassin mid yesterday, and I still always wonder, Bat Rider going to be mid, or is he going to be in the jungle? And I think some of that may depend on what Alliance want to grab as their final pick, which will probably be their mid hero. But Nyx Assassin, I guess they could do a Nyx Chen kind of pseudo tri-lane there. Off lane, they're going to need a carry, so someone weird has to go mid. It's either going to be Nyx or Darkseer in the mid, I think, if they want to jungle that Bat Rider. So this is really going to be kind of interesting. We'll see exactly how they work. It's going to be one of these games where it's really hard to predict what these teams are going to do, and that's part of the power of their draft, is their opposition not going to know exactly how they're going to lane it, because these heroes are just so versatile. Really, for Ahead.kz, the only one that we know exactly what he's going to be doing is Chen. Obviously, he'll be in the jungle. There's no doubt about it. There's no way around it. Other than that, the sky's the limit. We've seen all of these heroes play different roles. Even hell, Bat Rider doesn't have to jungle. We've seen him in a solo safe lane several times as well. If he gets up against a solo opponent, he can even go solo in the long lane. If it's a close lane, Nature's Prophet, something weird like that, if they try to go long lane with the tri-lane, they being Alliance, Bat Rider can have a fine time against someone like Nature's Prophet in a heads-up lane, even if he is in the long lane here. So really a ton of options on both sides. Now, Troll going to be banned out by Alliance. We've seen Troll go mid so many times, and he does surprisingly well. We're seeing more and more now how much burst damage that Troll can put out, and he's becoming more and more of a scary ban as well. Enchantress going to be that final ban coming out from Ahead.kz. So again, I did mention that earlier. Usually he's the fourth ban, but I guess Ahead.kz really intimidated by the potential Puck pick, another hero that's been getting a lot of love over the last couple days, and you really can't go wrong with the Puck pick as well. He's one of those heroes, as to reference Game 5 of the TI3 Finals, even an underfarm Puck that got shut down in the laning phase still brings a lot to the table. Dream Coil, as well as the Waning Rift abilities that never really fall off. So although the Enchantress is banned out, Alliance aren't going to grab an aggressive hero, not going to be that Lina, that Leshrac skill shot stun I was talking about, but indeed they are going to grab a nice aggressive hero to go with that Rubik in the tri-lane. So now the Alliance draft looking a little bit more straightforward. My question here is, though, who's S4 going to play? And I'm totally curious about you guys in terms of course, when I'm always solo casting, I love to see what you guys have to say in chat. Who's S4 going to play here? I'm ready for predictions. S4 CM, I like it. 5 mid. It's hard to say. I really don't know. There isn't really a typical S4 hero here as far as I'm concerned for. S4 Rubik in the mid lane, that could be possible as well. I think here what would make the most sense is Nature's Prophet off lane, Weaver mid, and then that tri-lane with Crystal Maiden, Rubik, and Lifestealer. But that's still funky. No matter how they do it, it's going to be kind of weird, something we're not quite used to. I really think it will be an S4 Weaver mid now that I see how this draft has come out. Ahead.kz, again, right now they've got Nyx Assassin, Darkseer, Chen, and Bat Rider. It is going to go to them for their final pick. And whoa, daddy, they're going to grab the Shadow Fiend. So another interesting choice. I'm really curious how Next.kz is going to lane this. Probably going to be the off-lane Darkseer, the Chen, Nyx, Bat Rider tri-lane with Shadow Fiend, Bat Rider mid. Maybe it will indeed be Bat Rider mid this game. If it is going to be Rubik or Weaver mid, Bat Rider might be able to do all right. I don't think we've ever seen a Weaver versus Bat Rider in the solo mid so far, so it's going to be interesting. But it is indeed going to be S4 on the Weaver, so he will be going mid, safe to say. So I saw a lot of Weavers pop up in chat there, so a big shout out to you guys for calling it right for sure. So Bulldog going to be playing on Nature's Prophet as well. Whatafaka going to be on the Bat Rider. So probably going to be a Bat Rider mid here. Mantis going to be on the Shadow Fiend. So it looks like he'll be farming hard there. Stallcat going to be on the Darkseer. So yeah, it's going to be semi-predictable. I almost got too enveloped in it. For a long time I thought, all right, Bat Rider's mid, and I thought it was weird to see him in the jungle. And now I've kind of flip-flopped. It's like, hey, he's kind of a mid hero, but really jungling is where Bat Rider seems to thrive these days. Again, it's just so safe in that jungle, and he can do it so effectively, as we saw earlier today on Cinder and Stream. Again, another shout out to can't call him my buddy because I don't know him, but he seems like a cool guy. You know, what are you gonna do? So we are going to move into a pause here, folks, and unfortunately we are going to be stuck in the realms of mystery as we'd see exactly how these lanes are going to unfold. Again, we could see some audibles of the line of scrimmage here. Right now, all 5 members of Ahead.kz headed towards that bottom lane, and it looks like Alliance is going to be doing a similar strategy. They are all headed about that bottom lane as well, so not going to see exactly how the lanes will unfold for another moment here, and we could definitely see a little bit of level 1 team fight action, and really, neither of these teams are particularly well suited for some level 1 action. I mean, there are some stuns and disables. Next.kz, they don't have a ton of crowd control here, certainly not at level 1. Pardon me, I think Alliance have a slightly better lineup for that in terms of the Crystal Maiden and the Rubik. They got plenty of crowd control if they want to try and make something happen. But we are going to see all 5 down here in the Radiant Jungle. Alliance going to be moving in here from the tier 1 in the bottom lane, and leading the way will be, oh, look at those cute little treants. They got big flowers on their heads. Oh, that's so adorable. So they will be scouting the way there for Alliance. They're going to get a little bit of intel, and they are going to get picked off. So Ahead.kz not going to fall for the trap. Everyone will walk back, well, respectively so far, so no engage going to come out quite yet. Those are the cutest little treants I've ever seen, though. I got to tell you, folks. I got to tell you. So, alright, looks like these lanes are starting to settle down. It is going to be a tri-lane in the long lane for Alliance. Right now, we've got Ake playing on the Crystal Maiden, EGM playing on the Rubik, and of course, Loda going to be playing on the Lifestealer. All 3 of them headed down to the bottom lane. The long lane for Alliance is, of course, they are on the Dire side of the map. In the mid, that is going to be S4 on the Weaver, and that means up in the top lane, Admiral Bulldog going to be playing on that Nature's Prophet in the solo short lane for Alliance. And it looks like an Illusion Rune going to spawn first. It is going to be at the top mark, and Stallcat on the Darkseer going to be able to grab that. So, on our Radiant side, we do have Next.kz, aka Ahead.kz now. Whatafaka going to be on the Bat Rider down here in the bottom lane. It looks like Reeves going to be on the Nyx Assassin. We are going to move into another pause here, so that'll give us a few moments to talk about this. Reeves going to be on the Nyx Assassin. He's in the bottom lane as well. And of course, Chen going to be played by who is this Chen? He's got those crazy characters, and I'm going to have to look it up, folks. I do apologize, but let's take a peek here. Oh, it's Equal. Yeah, they're standing Equal. That's great. Love to see it. We've seen Equal a time or two here around the parts of Next.kz. In the mid lane here, that does mean Shadow Fiend. It is going to be a solo Mantis on that Shadow Fiend going up against the solo Weaver. And here in the off lane, of course, Stallcat going to be playing on the Darkseer. So this is a little bit interesting. We are trying to figure out who's going to go mid. Will it be the Bat Rider? Could it possibly be that Nyx Assassin? Or very well, could it be that Shadow Fiend, the traditional mid hero, I think, kind of in this matchup? And it is going to be the Shadow Fiend. So a tri-lane Bat Rider is a little bit interesting. Hello, Itchy Dog. How are you? Interesting. So sort of a tri-lane Bat Rider here. I think it's going to be kind of a pseudo tri-lane. This will be one in particular where these folks are going to... God, this is going to be rough because Bat Rider really wants that experience. He's one of those heroes that, yeah, early farm is great. He needs that blink, but experience is really what Bat Rider's after. He needs to get that lasso nice and quick to try and set up some of those early kills. And this is going to be a rough tri-lane. I think Alliance is going to have a huge advantage here. Look how aggressive this is. Rubik, Lifestealer, and Crystal Maiden. Rubik with the Telekinesis, the Fade Bolt Nuke. Loda going to have that Open Wounds for slow, and then, of course, Crystal Maiden, we got Frostbite, we've got Crystal Nova. That's a lot of disable, that's a lot of slow, and that's also a lot of damage. We always talk about Crystal Maiden at level 2. She puts out a crap ton of damage, something like 220 between level 1 Frostbite and level 1 Crystal Nova. That's going to be really difficult. And Bat Rider early on, one of the reasons we see him in the jungle so frequently is because it's so much safer. He can get that early farm, and he's also susceptible to ganks. I mean, Firefly, of course, it does give him a little bit of leeway. He can walk up those cliffs and all that stuff, so I guess that does give him some extra survivability, some extra mobility. But against that kind of tri-lane, I think Bat Rider is going to be hard-pressed to really get a lot of farm. And one of the issues with this tri-lane is if Reeves comes into the lane, it's only a 2.5 tri-lane. Reeves can come into the lane to try and help him, but then Nyx Assassin are going to be stealing that valuable experience, and Shen can only poke into the lane so often. I mean, Equal's going to need to farm some himself, and he's going to have to be careful as well. If these aggressive supports rotate into the jungle and catch him off guard, he could be an easy kill. Of course, Crystal Maiden going to be looking for opportunities to harass the Chen, use that Frostbite on his creeps, and make his life that much more difficult. difficult. We see very aggressive warding coming out from Alliance already. They've got a ward down blocking this kind of medium camp here right into the entrance of the Radiant Jungle. They've also got a ward down blocking this camp, and I'm not actually sure if that ward is close enough. We'll see. But at the very least, it is very aggressive, going to give them a lot of vision here behind the trees, behind that Tier 1 tower, where Next.kz will want to be spending a lot of time. So, oh, great. Thank you. Thank you. I'm glancing at chat. I'm always glad to be on the top page there. Geez. Hold on. Let me put the stream on Team Liquid. That is one thing I forgot to do, so you'll have to excuse me for a moment here. There we go. That was easy. Okay, that was easy. So, yeah, again, I think Next.kz going to be struggling a little bit here in the laning phase with this Bat Rider. I think Alliance will most definitely try and be a bit aggressive. We're going to move into another pause here. So we've had 5 minutes of pauses and, well, about 1 minute of gameplay thus far, that first creep. Oh, you can't see HP, quick reboot. Yeah, I've had that bug too. I feel you, Ake. I feel you, my friend. I think Next.kz going to be struggling a little bit. My camera work's gotten a lot better, I have to say. Look at this. I started using the smooth pan. Look how smooth that is. It's like butter. Look at that. It's like talcum powder. It doesn't get smoother than that. Game of pauses. Yes, indeed. My camera work's gotten better, I have to say. It still needs some improvement, but it's getting there. It's getting there. Oh, my. Oh, my. So one of the other lanes I wanted to talk about here, as we have plenty of time to talk, S4 versus Mantis. Shadow Fiend going to be in a great position in this lane, I think, for a couple of reasons. He's well suited to deal with the Weaver because of that Shadow Rays. Weaver's very sneaky, he's very fast, but if Mantis is pretty spot on with those Shadow Rays, he will be able to do some damage to Weaver and still harass him back despite that Shikuchi. So I think he's definitely a little bit better suited to deal with the Weaver than the Bat Rider if he was solo made, especially just trading blows as well. Shadow Fiend going to have a bit of a harassment advantage, of course, once he grabs those early bit of souls. We see him cancel casting the Shadow Raises. That's going to make S4's life a little more difficult. Look, already we see him harassed out of the lane here. He is 6-1, though, against the 1-0 Shadow Fiend, now 2-0. So he is getting the better of the last hits to start things, pardon me, to start things off, but still. Oh my god, I'm so sorry, folks. That pause is going to resume. Going to miss the first blood already, and did I call that or what? Bat Rider, a solo against this aggressive tri-lane. He's going to get taken out already. First blood going to go to Ake as he reconnects here, and this game going to be off with a bang. Bat Rider not going to be off to a good start. Now, one of the other issues here as well is Bat Rider can always rotate into the jungle. That's going to be an option at any point in this game. Just move into the jungle, take out the hard camp, take out the easy camp, do all that stuff that Bat Rider loves to do. The problem is now who's going to hold the lane? That means it's going to be a solo Nyx in the lane, and okay, that's not going to fare so well either against this killer tri-lane. So again, Alliance just going to have a huge landing advantage here, and Loda already off to a great start. He is going to be 9-3 on that lifestealer down here in the bottom against the 4-1 Bat Rider, and of course getting that assist is going to be able to help him out quite a bit as well. And looks like, alright, so that ward is not going to block the creep. Well, they did counter ward it anyway, so the spawn is going to come out, but Ake and EGM just going to move in, and they're going to kill the creep spawn there and say, you know what, we don't need it warded. We'll go ahead and just kill it for you, so we can maintain some lane control here, push Bat Rider up, and force him to make that executive decision. Alright, do I want to roll the dice and try and farm, or do I want to play it safe and not get that valuable farm? We will see an engage happen here, though. Impale going to be used on the Rubik. Now, Wadafaka on the Bat Rider, going to get caught in a Frostbite. Looks like there aren't going to be too many kills coming out here, though. Uh-oh, EGM going to be in a little bit of trouble. That Firefly coming down, he's going to fall. Wadafaka going to be able to finish off the Rubik. Ake backed up there. He actually is going a more passive build. Did go Frostbite, Arcane Aura, so does not have a... I was going to say, there's no Crystal Nova coming out. Level 2, no points in that Crystal Nova, so unfortunately unable to save the Rubik. That will make it 1-1. Bat Rider going to be able to grab that kill, so that is definitely good news for a head KZ here. Their Bat Rider going to be back in the game, baby. Now 6-2 against the 15-3 Lifestealer. Loda kind of having a field day while the supports are playing around in the jungle, but uh-oh, here it is. Open wounds going to be used on Bat Rider. In comes the Frostbite. Wadafaka going to be in trouble here again. He's going to try to Firefly away. He's going to make it into the trees, but not going to be enough. Crystal Maiden going to grab that last hit. That's now going to make Ake 2-0-0 and grab 2 assists for the Lifestealer. So although Wadafaka was able to grab that 1 kill just a moment ago, now already going to be 1-2, of course, and 0 as well. So 3.5 minutes in, Bat Rider already under heavy pressure. He's going to have to port back to the lane again. Right now, he just has Boots of Speed, Magic Wand, and a set of Tangos. So again, not going that well for Wadafaka to start things off here in this match. That net worth chart, well, could be a little bit worse for him at about 1.1k, Loda at 1.5k. But wow, look at that net worth chart already. We see some huge lane advantages for Alliance. Let's take a peek at the top lanes. We've been kind of tunnel visioning down bottom. Admiral Bulldog having a fine time in this safe lane. He is level 5 now on that Nature's Prophet, actually leading the way in the net worth chart. We do see Darkseer doing pretty well as well. He is actually 28 0 as he has rotated into the jungle a little bit, it seems. And Nature's Prophet is going to be 24-3. So Stallcat doing what he can. Darkseer having a pretty good time as well, but Alliance getting slightly better this lane. Nature's Prophet going to go for the early phase boots here, so not going to go the Hand of Midas first, but very well may still transition into it. And looks like some more could heat up down here in the bottom. EGM going to get caught by a sticky napalm. That's going to be an impale. He's going to fall. That's going to be another kill on the board for the Bat Rider. He's now going to be 2-2. At least they're able to trade kills down here, folks. What a fuck it, doing all right. He's holding steady, but still not the ideal lane. I think they're still going to be struggling a little bit in terms of getting him that nice early blink, but we'll see. Lotus still yet to go down. He is 21-3 against the 10-2 Bat Rider. Those last hits definitely not flowing his way. So, EGM going to port to the mid. He's going to rotate down towards the bottom lane here. Let's talk about this mid lane. Let's see how S4 is doing against Mantis. Right now, the Weaver is 22-5 versus the 25 Shadow Fiend. So right now, they're about on par with one another. Both of them do have the bottles. Going to be crowing, no doubt. Both of them do have boots of speed as well. S4 with his in the inventory. And Mantis here with his, they're back in the base. So they're sitting in the bank account right now, but they will be coming to that mid lane before too long. So it's all tied up 2-2 here at the 5-minute mark. An advantage still in favor of Alliance, though. About 750 gold. Just about 150 experience. They do have a nice gold advantage set up for themselves already. Again, a lot of that coming from the disparity between that Lifestealer and that Bat Rider. Still, look at this. Loda continuing to soak up those last hits, now 26-5. We do see Bat Rider, he's still 10-2, unable to do much. They are going to creep pull here. That is going to allow him to grab a little bit of experience as they do take out some Mud Golems, but it's pretty dismal. It's pretty dismal indeed. And again, Bat Rider would love nothing more than to rotate in the jungle, stack that hard camp, take it out a couple times with that sticky napalm, but he just can't. Shen's going to be in the jungle, and he wants to leave that farm for his buddy Equal. But now Loda could be in a little bit of trouble. He is going to take an impale. What a fucker, going to come around the backside, but he is going to be able to rage out of it. Going to use the open wounds on the Bat Rider as well, and that'll help negate some of the effectiveness of that Firefly there. As, of course, when he's slowed, he can't chase you down. Crystal Maiden going to come in with a Crystal Nova. Unfortunately, Ake not going to connect with it, though. An interesting build coming out from Ake as well. First point in the Frostbite, second point in the Arcane Aura, then the next two in Crystal Nova. So actually does have level 2 Crystal Nova at the moment. Continuing to do a great job harassing him back down here. Now Loda going to move into the jungle, continuing to pressure Wadafaka. He is level 5 now, but he's going to have to walk all the way back to the well, furthering that kind of experience loss that he's been experiencing so far in this lane. Up in the top lane, though, Stallcat going to be in a little bit of trouble. EGM is going to rotate up. Admiral Bulldog going to engage, but Stallcat with the clutch play there to port out after the telekinesis is done. Of course, recognizing there is no other stun between the Rubik and the Nature's Prophet. He's going to be able to make it out safe and sound with that TP scroll. So Stallcat going to, well, survive by the skin of his teeth. Again, to go back to this mid lane. Whoa, pardon me, in the bottom lane here. Nyx Assassin going to get dove on. He's going to fall. Not going to have the support from Chen in the jungle. And, of course, Bat Rider had to walk all the way back to the well. That's going to be a kill on the board for Loda now, as Nyx Assassin does get 2v1 between the Crystal Maiden and the Lifestealer. Loda now going to be able to grab the early phase boots. Going to move into a Magic Wand, Healing Salve, and an early Orb of Venom. Always love the early Orb of Venom choice, especially against the Bat Rider. Again, the more you can slow him, the harder it is for him to get ahead of you with that Firefly and keep that damage on. So I think a very smart choice for Loda here in the early laning phase, no doubt. An interesting choice. I'll be curious to see if he ends up going Hand of Midas. I want to say no. Usually if Loda's going to go Midas, he's going to grab it really early on, and it will be his first item choice here. So probably not. Of course, that does mean they're going to want to be mobile. He's going to port to the tier 2 in the mid. He's going to hop inside S4. Now the Weaver's got the surprise inside. It looks like they want to try and shut down this Shadow Fiend. Shadow Fiend now getting the better of the farm in the mid lane. He is 45-10 versus the 34-6 Weaver right here, but they're going to go straight on him. Mantis going to be doing a lot of damage. Nice time lapse from S4. Going to make it hard to connect those Shadow Raises, and that'll be a kill. Shadow Fiend going to fall. Nicely done by Alliance right there. Loda going to be able to grab that kill, and that's going to further his net worth here. Let's take a look at that net worth chart. Loda actually second on the chart, sitting at just about 3k. Leading the way is that Admiral Bulldog playing the Nature's Prophet up top. He is at about 3.5k, and he's been leading the way on the charts for most of this match. So we now say 3 of the top 4 on the net worth chart in favor of Alliance. Nature's Prophet winning that top lane. Now we'll see S4 start to win this mid lane a little bit better against that Shadow Fiend, and of course Lifestealer. Well, he's doing just fine down here in the bottom with about 3k net worth against that 2.2k net worth of the Bat Rider. Bat Rider still not rotating into the jungle. Wadafaka going to come back down to the lane here. He does have about 1300 gold in the bank. He is now level 6, does have the lasso, sitting on Boots of Speed and a Magic Wand only. Again, about 1300 gold in the bank. No doubt going to be pulling up for that Blink Dagger, but he doesn't have it yet, and very little to show for it. Loda going to come around the side. Bat Rider thought he was safe near the tower. That's going to prove not to be the case. Crystal Maiden going to follow up with the Oh, with everything. Actually, going to follow up with the Crystal Nova as well as the Frostbite, then actually going to use the Freezing Field as Loda does get caught in the lasso. But uh-oh, now Chen and Nyx going to come out of the jungle. Ake going to be the target of choice. Reeves going to try to finish him off. Ake going to walk away, going to be able to use a healing salve. I think he's going to survive. Meanwhile, Loda going to engage on Chen. Chen only level 5, not going to have the Hand of God. Open Wound's going to be a bit more than he bargained for. Down he goes. And all the while up in the top lane, Nature's Prophet able to finish off Darkseer. And whoa, in the mid lane, Shadow Fiend going to be able to solo down the Shadow Fiend. Holy Toledo, folks. That's going to be 3 kills across the board. Alliance now definitely winning every single lane here at the 9.5-minute mark. It is now 8-2. Alliance leading the way with flying colors. Let's take a look at this gold graph now. A nice 3,000 gold lead set for themselves. About a 4,000 experience lead as well here at the 10-minute mark. They are definitely in great shape. Now they have the top 3 spots on that net worth chart, and it's starting to look a little bit more difficult for Next.kz. As I mentioned, they just have to get out of this laning phase. They've got a strong team, but Batrider going up in against that aggressive tri lane just not working for him. Now we're going to see Batrider try and rotate into the jungle. It looks like they are going to stack that hard camp here. So him and Chen going to be working together. Sharing is caring, but no, just going to stack it. And Wadafaka going to try to move back down into the lane here. Ake almost getting caught playing with fire a little bit. It's going to be a nice double stack right here. Some sticky napalm going to get used, but not going to be able to take it out. Again, Chen needs these creeps. He's going to grab a Wild Lane Ripper here. And, well, he's going to clear that stack. So Wadafaka really unable to make the best of his farm. Shadow Fiend going to come in. He's going to need to clear this, the easy camp here to get some souls back. He is level 8, only on 16 souls. So things just starting to compound for our Radiant team here. It looks like just a double stack, 2 Dark Troll Summoners. Wadafaka going to be able to get 4 stacks of Sticky Napalm, going to be able to Firefly down, and he's going to be able to get a nice double stack here that is going to boost that gold a little bit. Now going to be at about 1,600 here as we're at the 11-minute mark, and oh god, I'm so sorry folks. I'm not expecting Weaver to grab these solo kills on the Shadow Fiend so easily, but he's going to be able to do it again. At first thought, I thought Shadow Fiend would be able to tango with the Weaver, but we didn't expect Loda to teleport to that tier 2 tower at the 9-minute mark. That roaming Nyx, pardon me, not Nyx, that roaming Nakes, that life stealer, working quite well. As soon as you shut down that Shadow Fiend once, he loses all those souls. Now level 8 down to 9 souls. Weaver going to be able to continue putting the pressure on. Up in the top lane, Stallcat going to be in some trouble here. Rubik going to come in. He's going to try to port out. Is there telekinesis? Nope, not going to happen. Stallcat again going to be able to survive by the skin of his teeth with that TP scroll. Admiral Bulldog now level 10 in the top lane. He did end up going the Hand of Midas now to go with the Phase Boots, Ring of Basilius, and Magic Wand. He is level 10 as I did just mention, and has that level 1, right? I don't know why I was going to talk about his ultimate. It's still level 1. In the mid lane, though, Mantis going to port back. He's going to be in trouble yet again. Admiral Bulldog going to port to the mid lane. Weaver going to throw a couple of auto attacks. That's going to be all it takes. Now Mantis getting completely shut down. That's going to be an 0-4-0 Shadow Fiend, and this is bad news bears for that mid hero. S4 now level 11. Holy shit, folks. Kills happening all over the place. I can't keep up. My camera skills are too slow. Oh no. Nyx Assassin now going to get dove on again in the bottom lane. This Crystal Maiden Lifestealer combo proving to be a bit more than Next.kz we're ready to handle. We see 3 level 11 heroes now on the field, and they're all on the dire side. Stallcat going to guide this tier 1 tower up in the top lane to try and finish off EGM. Ake as well as Admiral Bulldog going to come in. They very well may be able to finish him off here. The Wall of Replica going to come down. One more auto attack. Down he goes. He's going to fall to the tower, actually, as that one last attack makes it out. EGM going to survive with just about 25 hit points or so, but alas, he does survive and heads back to the base. That's now going to make it 12-2 here at the 12.5-minute mark. Alliance showing us what they're made of. Again, hero levels now. We see Lifestealer, Weaver, as well as the Nature's Prophet, all 3 level 11. The next highest is level 9, and that is the Darkseer as well as the Shadow Fiend. First tower of the match going to fall right here. It is going to go the favor of Loda. He is going to be able to grab the tier 1 in the bottom lane. He's going to be able to grab that last hit himself as well, which is absolutely great news. Going to further that gold lead of Alliance, now upwards of about 7,500 gold, somewhere about 7,500 experience as well. Manta going to be solo, or Mantis, pardon me, going to be solo in the mid lane here for now, as S4 does rotate to the top lane, perhaps looking for someone to catch off guard. Not going to find it, though. Right now, S4 only on Power Treads, a Wraith Band bottle, as well as a Magic Wand, and we'll see what item he's pulling up for. Probably going to be a Lincoln's. He is going to use the invisibility he had in that bottle, and in perfect time as well, as Batrider Chen, as well as the Nyx Assassin, all come to try and catch him here. There is going to be a Sentry Ward put down. They do catch a whiff of the Weaver there, but he is going to make it out, going to be able to Shikuchi into the Radiant jungle, and it looks like he will survive, at least for now. Shadow Fiend going to catch a glimpse of him here, going to connect with a couple of Shadow Razes that will harass back S4, get him down to about half health or so, but just going to tickle him a bit as he does survive. That Shukuchi just a bit too speedy. In the mid lane, Wadafaka now been able to grab that blink. He's going to connect on Rubik. Rubik going to fall. That is going to be a kill for the Shadow Fiend. So Matt Ryder, he's been slow, but he's not down for the count yet, folks. He does have that blink dagger. Of course, he now is level 8. He's had that lasso for quite some while. He will be able to fancy himself a kill on that poor Rubik. All the while on the bottom lane, though, Cheng going to be in a little bit of trouble, perhaps. Admiral Bulldog going to use the Sprout. Loda going to come in now. The open wounds. Oh, the Wrath of Nature coming out as well. I think Cheng going to be in big trouble. Going to be forced to use the Hand of God. Not going to be enough, though. Loda is insane right now. Oh, my God. A 14-minute armlet to go with those Phase Boots, Orb of Venom, as well as that Magic Wand. So needless to say, Loda is going for that early to mid-game lifestealer, and he's already out of control. Let's take a look at that KDA chart. He is 5-0-3. Ake on the Crystal Maiden going to be 3-0-3. Admiral Bulldog 2-0-3 on the Nature's Prophet, and S4 2-0-2 on the Weaver. So far, Rubik, the only one to die on Alliance, and he is 0-3-3. So poor EGM getting picked on a little bit. But hey, who better to sacrifice those deaths this early on when you have a Weaver, Nature's Prophet, as well as a Lifestealer, all of them with perfect records so far. That is definitely a scary precedent to set. Now S4, he's going to be able to bottle up a double damage rune here. Looks like they are outside the Roche Pit. I thought they were maybe going to be thinking about it, but no, just going to go for the Ancients here. Looks like they'll stack it, and S4 going to get himself a free double stack of Ancients, given that he does have that double damage. Pardon me as I try and suck down some more of that coffee, folks. So there it is. Nature's Prophet now going to move into the Roche Pit. He is going to make some treants. The double damage rune going to be used. So they did stack the Ancients. We're going to use the double damage to try and take down Roche. Roche going to be at just about half HP, and they are going to be forced to back out of the pit. We do see Next.kz grouped up about the mid lane, and Bat Rider is going to walk into the pit to check it out. He does see what's going on, and he will be able to blink backwards. So the jig is up, so to speak. Alliance very well may try to keep poking down Roche. Again, that double damage rune going to make things a little bit more easy for him. Weaver going to be able to grab that first ultimate orb. I thought perhaps he may grab an early Medallion of Courage, given how far ahead Alliance are in situations like this. Weaver can get away with that super aggressive build, something like a Medallion into a Desolator, and just totally skip the Lincolns or BKB, more defensive item choice. But alas, S4 is going to be playing a bit more standard here, and he does have that ultimate orb now to go with the Powered Treads bottle and Magic Wand. Right now the tower count is 2-0, very well maybe 3-0 here in just a moment as Alliance do try and pressure that tier 1 tower in the top lane. It is going to have about 60 hit points left. Stallcat going to try and deny it here, and he will succeed. That is going to be 3-0 though in total tower count. Ake going to take some vision advantage here in the mid lane, going to throw down 2 sentries to take out that pesky lane ward, and just look at the aggressive warding coming out from Alliance here. They do have a observer ward here, not a sentry. In the middle of the Radiant jungle, and I like this. Right behind the easy camp, they can see exactly when someone's trying to farm the hard camp, and it's going to fancy them a brand new, or fashion them a brand new kill right here as Shadow Fiend is going to get caught. Down he goes. All the while that was happening, Chen did get killed, but whoa, in the mid lane, we'll see Bat Rider blink forward. He's going to use that lasso on Admiral Bulldog. Not going to be enough for the kill, and now they're going to go forward. S4 going to dive that tier 2 tower, pardon me. Going to be able to finish off the Bat Rider. We'll be able to time lapse backwards, and oh no, oh, that's just so bad. Chen going to lose some creeps here, and that's it. GG's. A quick first match. 16-3 in 16 minutes. Alliance going to be able to take it. GG, well played's come out. Head.kz have said, hey, we've had enough. Take it easy there, Alliance. Slow it down. Talk about a one-sided game, folks. It's kind of what we would expect. Alliance, of course, are TI3 champions, the team that truly needs no introduction. I can't say I'm too surprised. Next.kz with a valiant effort, but Alliance, they knew what they needed to do. They shut down that Bat Rider, they shut down that Shadow Fiend, and if you can do that in the laning phase, I think that's a golden ticket to being able to win the match. And of course, that's exactly what happened. It all started, I think, with that clutch play between Loda and S4. Again, Loda ported to that tier 2 tower in the mid lane. He hopped inside the Weaver, and absolutely no idea from Mantis. He had no clue. The Weaver Shukuchi forward, all of a sudden, Fest pops out. Not much the Shadow Fiend can do between the Lifestealer as well as the Weaver. Way too much damage for him to handle.